Hi everyone, and welcome to Hazel Mountain Story Corner. Let's get reading. Today we're going to read one of my very favorite stories. It's called Julia's House for Lost Creatures by Ben Hatke. Julia's House for Lost Creatures. Julia's house came to town. And settled by the sea. That evening there was a warm fire and toast and tea. And all the house was quiet. Too quiet. So Julia ran to her workshop. She got out her tools and her paints and went to work. She made a sign. She hung the sign up outside the front door. It said, Julia's House for Lost Creatures. And then she waited. She didn't have to wait for long. The sign worked. Patched Up Kitty came to stay, and it was nice to have a friend, even if he wasn't like other kitties. Before long, there was another knock at the door. It went, It was a very sad troll. The city had torn down his bridge, and he asked if he could please stay, just until he could get back on his feet. Julia had just settled the troll into her best chair when there was another knock. There were also scrapes, scratches, whines, bangs, barks, and bellows. Soon Julia's house was filling up with lost and homeless creatures of every description. They asked for towels and soap, tea and toast. They had ideas of their own. They spilled things and they didn't clean up. And then the troll found Julia's old record player. Stop! Shouted Julia. Everybody stop! The creatures stopped what they were doing and stood shuffling their guilty feet. Julia ran to her workshop and closed the door. She stayed in there for a long time. Her little sign says, Do not disturb. When she finally came out, Julia had a new sign. Now everyone had a job. The sign says Julia's house chore chart, and beside the picture of each little creature, she has listed the jobs that that creature is responsible for. The dragon made toast, and the mermaid washed the dishes. The floodie tended the fire, the goblins mopped up, the ghost was in charge of dusting, and the troll picked out the music. At last there was a warm fire and tea and toast for everyone, and all the house was quiet again, except so Julia got out of bed and made one more sign. She put it up outside the door, and then she waited. She didn't have to wait for long. The end. If you enjoyed listening, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Hazel Mountain Story Corner so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time for another magical tale.